Hi, I'm Kato. I'm going to be customizing this Stormfly figurine that I got at a thrift store. She's got a relatively good range of motion, but since she's from the third movie, she's practically socially worthless. First mistake I made was trying to take off the head. I saw the seam line that connected from the neck down, and I thought this little screw kept it all in place. So here's some footage of me trying to take that out and realizing that nothing that I ever did was going to work. And I don't know how toys work, honestly. Sad. I painted the wings with this burgundy color because it looked a little bit like a purple. And if you look closely into the movie, her wings are more of a purpley brownish. And this pre-airbrush stuff on her wings just wasn't doing it for me, and I couldn't color match it properly. Face detailings are in the exact same color. I just did it around her eyes and around her nostrils. The molding on this model already had some pre-made spots on the wings, so I just put the blue right inside of those things. This is a very, very tedious task. There's a lot of spots on this model. It took me a while to do both wings because I wanted to make sure that they were completely opaque and not see-through from the burgundy. I colored in a part of her horn as it doesn't actually go down that far. So I just blended in using a peacock blue, the same blue I used for the wings, and so now it looks a little bit more like the horn is a lot shorter, which is accurate to what the movie is. Next up is the yellow, which is a little bit harder because I didn't have exactly the smallest brush, and so I couldn't exactly do all the round circles, so I mostly just resorted to making a bunch of circles and dots all over the wings, and it still provided the same effect. Use the same yellow to block out her eyes, making her look like a ghoul, so I can later repaint them. And right here, I'm adding a horn gradient from orange to yellow. Right now it looks a little rough because I haven't added the watered down orange yet. So this is just me applying an orange to each little horn. And here I'm blacking out the nostrils, and I believe I black out the claws in the same footage. And here I am using a watered down version of the same orange to make sure that there's a bit of more of a gradient, rather than just a pure orange stripe. It provides a very, very cool effect, and I think I'll use it later on. The inside of the mouth was a little bit difficult, as it's very hard to not get paint onto the teeth. But I managed just by putting my brush very, very far in. And as you noticed, the inside of the wings are also repainted because I just didn't really record that part. It wasn't very interesting. Using the burgundy, I detail the insides of the wings. And also using a watered down version, I make sure to accentuate the little spots that are inside of the wings. This figure has a lot of detail, but just not painted detail. And using the same technique, I grab a darker version of each base color and make sure that it's watered down enough to seep into each individual little cracks and wiping off excess. This provides a bit of shading and it looks really, really good. Finally, I use a fine tip marker to darken the outsides of the eyes and as well as to add a pupil. This will go onto both sides, and it's time to roll the beauty shots.